Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to V Rising. So in this video, we're going to break down some different areas to get some more of the resources to progress through the game a lot quicker than you normally would. So obviously, the way to get through this game right now, with it being early access, is through progression, and a lot of that is killing the bosses that we have for the V Ride or V Blood rather. So you go to your Blood Altar. Obviously, you're going to go down the list of the bosses, and as you kill them, you're going to unlock powers, but you're also going to unlock different structures and recipes for different gear and stuff like that. So one of the ways to do this a lot easier is to actually go out there and farm resources. So your earlier resources like your lumber and your stone and stuff like that, those are pretty common and pretty much found all over the map. But as you progress further and you need to increase your gear, you're going to need more resources such as iron, sulfur for the whetstones, copper for your copper ingots and stuff like that for your higher tier weapons that we can look at. And head over to the workbench real quick and show you guys what we're talking about here. So obviously, pretty early to mid-game, you're going to have your sawmill, you're going to have your furnace, you're going to have your grinder and everything like that. So you can see here, you're going to go from your bone swords to your copper swords to the merciless weapons. And as you see here, you're going to need leather, whetstone, crude ruby, and stuff like that. And then you get into the higher tier rings. A lot of this can be found recipe-wise in some of the bandit camps, mainly the bandit armory, the bandit stronghold, and some of the other militia areas as well. So the further along you get in the game, you're going to need these recipes, but more importantly, you're going to need the recipes. Or the resources rather, apologies. So you can see here, Gravedigger Ring, Grave Dust, and Morning Lily, and then we have the Greater Blood Essences, Crude Emerald, all this stuff, Crude Topaz, Crude Mist Stone, excuse me. And then you get to the higher tier armor and everything here that you're going to see leather, coarse thread, and then down here, coarse thread leather and copper ingots, and all that kind of stuff. So when you bring up the map here, I want to show you guys real quick. You can see all these little yellow circles around the map. This is going to be areas that you can actually go to and farm resources relatively easily. So you can see down here, so we have bear territory. That's where you're going to get animal hides. Bandit camp is a really good spot to get paper. Paper you can use once you get 50 of those. You can use those at the research desk to unlock different recipes. The graveyard is a really good place to get bones and grave dust, obviously. Wolf dens, bandit encampments for whetstones. One of the places I want to point out here is the bandit armory is whetstone and stone dust. But because this is populated by the bandits themselves, you're going to get a chance to have the chests. You can have the rare chests with better resources in them, such as the books that you can use at the research desk, on top of paper and scrolls and everything like that. That once you get unlock the study, you'll be able to use for recipes as well. And then over here too, the bandit stronghold where you can get sulfur ore. Now sulfur, the farther up you go, you'll be able to find sulfur and iron nodes that you can harvest. But one way to get it easier is in these strongholds and the bandit armory over here. So we're going to run over to the bandit armory. We're going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So we'll be right back with that. All right, so here we are just outside of the bandit armory on the map, you can see here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in here and clear this area out. If I notice anything important for the video, then I'll go ahead and point it out. But we'll be right back. I'm going to clear this area out and show you what we have resource-wise. So nothing in my inventory right now. A bunch of blood essence, and then that's pretty much it. So, all right, so that was the bandit armory. So there are V-Blood bosses in these areas too. So this one had Grayson the Armorer. So we did go kill him too, and it's a really great way to get a lot of resources. We're going to get back to the entrance over here, and I'll show you guys what we came up with. Some really good stuff, some really good recipes, which is one of the reasons you want to go in here and farm these areas. Because not only do you get a lot of resources you're going to need to craft the armor and gear and stuff like that, but it's also going to give you a lot of good stuff that you actually probably don't have yet in terms of books. So we got the Merciless Night Stalker Vest, which can be used at a research desk. The Silver Resistance Brew, which is really useful, so now we can craft those. We got a couple Unsullied Hearts, which are used in making the Greater Blood Essences. Some Tainted Hearts for Blood Essence. A Fat Goby. You can see here wool thread, gem dust. You got a couple scrolls, 12 paper. You're going to get a bunch of lumber and animal hide and copper and everything in these areas as well. Bones. We did get Merciless Night Stalker gloves, so we have the vest and the gloves, which we already have, but if you don't have yet, really easy way to get those recipes. 12 whetstones, a couple glass, so really good, useful way to get a lot of the resources that you may not have yet. So I'm going to go back to our base real quick and then show you guys what we have and what we've gotten from the Bandit Armory and the Bandit Stronghold as well. Now, the Bandit Stronghold is a little bit different because at this point in the game, I don't have any other way to get in there aside from making explosives. So we're going to go back to the base and show you guys how to get those, and then wrap it up so that way you guys can get out there and start farming the resources to progress through the game a lot quicker. Alright, so you can see here we're at our research desk here, and you can see we already have the merciless gear unlocked. So what I'm going to do with these is use my devourer and then go ahead and salvage these into getting more paper. That way I can use that paper to get some more recipes. But you can see here a lot of this stuff that I've gotten has actually been from going in and farming the bandit armory and the bandit stronghold itself. So you're going to get a lot of stuff for your castle. You're going to get some weapons as well, like this. You get a lot of the magic items right here. And then again, your potions or brews that we have here. So to get the bombs, the bandit stronghold is all blocked off by walls that can be exploded. And you're going to need the recipe for these minor explosive boxes. You can see right here, so it's going to be 8 sulfur, 8 plank, and 4 whetstone. So we've got some right here. You can go in there and blow up the wall. If you're feeling up to it, go ahead and go after the boss in there. But I recommend being a pretty high level before you do that. And to get the minor explosive recipe, you're going to have to kill Clive the Fire Starter here. He'll drop that, and then he'll actually also drop the recipe for the sulfur. That way you can craft the bombs. And he gives you the alchemy table, which you need to use to make the bombs. So super useful stuff. Go ahead and track down the bosses, get those, get your bombs, go into the stronghold, go into the armory, and you'll be able to just clear those areas out repeatedly, probably once every day, and then get a ton of resources, a ton of recipes for your gear, stuff for your castle, and everything like that. So just wanted to give you guys a really quick and easy way to go farm resources rather than just hitting up the small camps. Go into those bigger areas, even the bandit copper mine, where it's populated with a lot of people. They have a chance to drop some of the better weapons, some of the better gear. And then if you find those chests in there, we didn't have any of the rare chests in the bandit armory, but we did have 4 chests that had a lot of these resources in there. So go out there, hit up the strongholds, the armories, the camps, the copper mine, and stuff like that for just a gluttony of resources to progress through the game a lot faster. So that's all we got for this video, guys. Hopefully it helped you out. Let me know down in the comments below if it did, if this is something you're already doing. Let me know what you found out there in those areas, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you join the community. With that being said, everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay original, my friends. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.